Hi everybody, it's Bishop Brown and I wanted to make this short video for you and talk about what if sermons were more like TED Talks. So let's get started. What if sermons were more like TED Talks? So somebody's asked me, well, what is a TED Talk and what does that have to do with a sermon and how do you mix those two things together? Well, let's talk about it. If you've never visited or listened to a TED Talk, what I've done is right over here above my head is a logo for TED Talks. And if you click on that logo, it'll take you to a pretty good one by Rick Warren. TED Talks started about 30 years ago, but really didn't catch on till about 2006. I've heard some really mind-blowing and mind-numbing TED Talks. And they've gotten my attention. They've caused me to think. TED Talks showcase ideas worth spreading. That's part of the logo that you see above. Some of the finest minds alive discussing and giving analysis of topics they have a passion for. And that's really a key. They have a passion for this. In under 18 minutes. You can't have a TED Talk that goes over 18 minutes. But there are a lot of good TED Talks. Because of their stated format, most do not try to be religious at all or have any religious content. TED Talks are not religious. That said, I've heard some good analysis and TED Talk style format that talk about leadership and those types of things. There are four key rules for TED Talks. Number one, no settling for any grudges. And you can't, TED Talks are not a place for grudges, all right? No selling from the stage. No political agendas, no religious proselytizing. Of course, we can't do that, but it does include New Age beliefs. No, and it can't be longer than just 18 minutes. With the exception of proselytizing, that rule, which we can't do, what if sermons were presented like TED Talks that start with a story and point to a view of the world, a view of life, and they ended in 15, 18 minutes? And what if they always left you wanting more and thinking deeply about the subject? Would congregations become more or less engaged in the things of God? Would more believers want to think more deeply, understand the background of scriptures more concisely? What would happen? What would happen as a result of the sermons they hear? Can we talk? Haven't you ever found yourself bored to tears by great preachers who wandered much too long in a message, more than 18 minutes? I know I have. I've had to go to sleep in the middle of a pulpit and wake up. But I've also seen a bunch where I wish I could have just heard more. And in fact, of my own sermons, looking back over them, I know some that I wished I had a do-over and had cut it off early. So yes or no? Would sermons be more effective if they were structured like TED Talks? What are some of the favorite TED Talks you've heard? Have you ever heard of TED Talks in the first place? Listen, leave me a comment here. Tell me what you think about TED Talks. If you haven't heard a TED Talk, like I said, click right up here and you'll be able to hear one, or even just do a search, Rick Warren TED Talk, and you'll be able to find some TED Talks. Until next time, this is Bishop James I Feel God Brown, and I just thank you for being here. God bless you. Talk to you again.